Bombshell news is the Jason Momoa Aquaman unfollowing fiasco. Oh, it added a new chapter and just got more entertaining. See, we're just now finding out how badly Jason Momoa ended up wrecking and oh, it is worse than previously understood. Why? Because he not only ended up unfollowing her, he did it right when was in the middle of an Aquaman PR blitz. This was part of her narrative talking about a giant Hollywood comeback. You can watch Jason Momoa stall out this PR blitz real time too. And you and I, we are definitely talking about this new revelation today. Oh man, fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. Alright, so hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day. By the way, I hope you are doing excellently. So this bombshell story gets more and more fascinating by the day, as people had previously discovered that Jason Momoa had ended up wrecking by unfollowing her on Instagram. You can confirm this, by the way, by following the parties involved. I'm doing this just for the sake of the video. I'll unfollow after this, but you'll notice anyone that you're following, they pop up here. Gal Gadot, for example, I'm following. She also unfollowed while this was going on. But you'll notice, followed by her, followed by JD. You'll notice, following JD as well. But as far as nothing. And she returned that unfollow in kind. Now, as far as AH's retaliation against this, well, we're just now finding out the why. See, apparently, when she was shopping her exclusive interview with Deadline, you can see this here. She was doing this from her film festival. She decided to work in Aquaman. Now, this, of course, garners quite a few headlines. In some of the stories, they put Jason Momoa and his career directly in the crosshairs while trying to promote sympathy for You can see that from Fandom Wire here. Millions and millions of dollars at stake. Confesses the pressure and compromises with $205 million Aquaman 2 as she tries to save her career post-JD trial. Now, Momoa's move in the middle of all of this, it not only wrecks but it derails her biggest PR push yet, because she was trying to tell the world that while everything had gone on, that essentially Warner Brothers embraced her, that her co-stars embraced her. They wanted to forge ahead. You can see this covered right here. I mean, listen to how this is framed. Quote, "The infamous trial of and JD has affected both actors to a great extent. Amidst their attempt to bounce back, JD, he's jumped in to, of course, you know about his movie, while his ex-wife has confirmed her return with a big DCEU movie. Upon her controversial return, said that she's reprising her role in the second installment of the Aquaman franchise, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Of course, it is a gamble on DC and Warner Brothers' part, but AH's recent comments indicate that the studio is to forge ahead, upholding their decisions. Again, making it sound like they embrace, which Momoa, he's showing, nope, that's not the case at all. See, Momoa, he seemed to get tired of what was telling the world. I mean, she was talking about how, I just want to be appreciated as an actress. I don't want to be crucified, to be appreciated as one. Then she starts bringing up Aquaman, again, trying to make it sound like she is embraced by the company, by co-stars, and more as well. And Jason Momoa, he gets brought up in conversations about this in the aftermath. Her supporters, they target him. They start talking about how he didn't take the right stand and more. But listen to what she was saying. So Deadline asked, you got this coming out in theaters in October, and you've got Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom coming in December. DC's been through some adversity with The Flash, not overwhelming. Black Adam either. The first Aquaman was the brightest spot in the DC canon, except Batman. Is this a movie that you're excited about? And she answers, oh, of course. These are very different kinds of projects representing two very different ends of the spectrum in my industry. There's a ton of pressure on these big franchise movies with millions and millions of dollars at stake, and compromises are part of trying to make it the most successful thing that it can be. I mean, right there, she's telling you compromises, they have to be made, things they have to change, and yet again, she's telling you these companies, they still stand with her. Again, writing a blank check, and I guess Momoa, he didn't really appreciate that. Continuing. Then, on the other end of the spectrum is a small indie film like In the Fire, a work of art and a work of love with nowhere near the same resources, and so there are compromises there. The best luck that you can have as an actor is to be able to balance both. Aquaman, that franchise, and the machinery behind it, I'm very honored to be part of that. And then there are these small passion projects like In the Fire, where I'm proud to have gotten to know the filmmaker and the cast. We got dirty together to breathe life into the story. There's something cool about that, and I think success as an actor who is able to have both of those things. Now, another part of that PR spin that Jason Momoa's move just wrecked outright was this blank check endorsement that his name was being attached to attacks on JD. And you can tell him unfollowing her, it had to make her mad because she wasn't getting endorsement on the Hollywood comeback, on Aquaman, or on these attacks. Listen to this. I mean, it's transparent what she's trying to push. And again, all of this is being promoted by her mainstream media pals. Quote, I'm in control for the most part of what comes out of my mouth. What I'm not in control is how my pride in this project and all we put into the film can be surrounded by clips of other stuff. That's a big thing I had to learn, that I'm not in control of stories other people create around me. Again, making it sound like trial clips, items like that. They're not real, just people they're doing distraction. They're not talking about, well, essentially a female equivalent to people like Harvey Weinstein these days, but that's something that probably I'll appreciate as a blessing further down the line. Right now, I just kind of want to not have, stones thrown at me so much. Again, could you imagine your career being attached to a statement like that? So let's get the elephant out of the room then, and just let me say that. I'm an actress. I'm here to support a movie, and that's not something that I can be sued for. Again, flagrantly an attack on JD, talking about the suing, and this, it goes on and on and on. So Jason Momoa, this looks like the reason that he checked out on it, and the reason that AH is fuming so much. Again, he wrecks the narratives about Aquaman. He wrecks the narratives with this. I think it's amazing to see. And man, this circus, it just keeps getting more and more entertaining. But anyway, let me know what you think about this. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you being here. Want to help the channel out? There are links in the description. Check those out. Spread this around. And again, as always, appreciate you. End it here. See you soon.